on a 59-degree sunny Saturday afternoon. We welcome you to Jefferson City, Tennessee for the home opener for Carson-Newman softball as they welcome the King Tornado to the banks of Mossy Creek. Matt Scalzo with you. Delighted you could join me on this fine Saturday for some softball. It's been 10 games away from home for Carson-Newman softball, and they've gotten off to a good start. They are 9-1 to start the season, 3-1 on the road, 6-0 in neutral site competition, and they've won 4 consecutive contests coming into today's contest against the Tornado. King sits at 8-4 on the year. They are 2-0 in road contests, and they also come in on a winning streak, winners of 3 consecutive contests, as this will mark the 33rd all-time meeting between these two schools. All-time, Carson-Newman leads the series 25-7 and won last year's meeting 11-2 in that contest. Prior to that, King had won the other prior 2 meetings. As Carson-Newman gets ready for its home opener, and we'll take a look at the starting lineup. First for King, the lineup that they'll be trotting out to face Atiana Stamper in the circle. First leading off is the left fielder, Gianna Wingy, followed by the right fielder, Sophia Waters, batting second. Ulisa Kennedy, the designated player, bats third. Aubrey King is the catcher, batting fourth. Avaya Bunsick is the third baseman, bats fifth. Savannah Looper is the first baseman, batting sixth. Katie Ryan is the center fielder, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Elena Demakis. And then rounding things out is the second baseman, Bradley Warner. In the circle for King will be Kaylee Meeks. She has been off to a phenomenal start this season, as has Atiana Stamper, who has been so good to start this season as a freshman hailing from Knoxville, Tennessee. Did not pitch in the Wednesday doubleheader at Shorter that the Eagles took 13-12 in extra innings in Game 1 and then 13-0 in Game 2. Via the run rule, Stamper will be making her 4th start of the season, 5th appearance overall, and has been so good to start this season, generates so much spin in the circle, and has been headlining this pitching staff for Carson-Newman that has gotten off to a stellar start. Has been known for the offense over the past few years, but the defense and the pitching has been the mainstay through the first 10 games of the season, but they'll be looking to get things going offensively for their first game at home at the Vicky KZ Hollyfield Softball Complex. Stamper sets in the circle. She'll face Gianna Wingy, and we are underway from Mossy Creek. And the first pitch coming at 1 o'clock local time, right on the money, in for a called strike from Stamper. The 0-1. Races high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Carson-Newman debuting some new look uniforms, an all-white look. White jerseys with the big number on the chest for the players. As Stamper comes home in the 1-1. Wingy fouls it straight back, and the count moves to 1-2. Big number on the front, written in blue, outlined with white and then a thin orange line with the eagle crest on the top left part of the jersey, SAC logo in the top right. 1-2, Wingy, line drive out into center field. Martin is there, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. Looking at this Carson-Newman defensive alignment, Abby Martin is in straightaway center field. Flanking her in left is Addie Saunders, and in right is Katie Mathena. As Sophia Waters climbs into the lefty's batter's box, facing the righty and Stamper. First pitch is in for a called strike from Stamper, and the count moves to 0-1. On the corners of the infield are 2 seniors in Macaulay Bailey at first, Grace Gregory at third, and then up the middle is the freshman duo of Reese Winchester at second base, Malia Smith at short. The 0-1 from Stamper is a rise ball that goes high. Count evens up at 1-1, and then completing the battery is freshman Anne-Marie Richards, who's coming off her first career home run. And the extra innings win at Shorter hit a grand slam to put the Eagles up by 6. Proved to be the difference. 1-1, a wave and a miss by Waters, and the count moves to 1-2. Stamper has been so dynamic to start this season, leading the team in strikeouts. She's got 17. The 1-2. Now she's got 18 as Waters waves through, and there's 2 away. Brings up Ulisa Kennedy, the designated player. Stands in the righty's batter's box. First offering on the way from Stamper is driven into left field by Kennedy, and it is a 2-out base hit on the first offering that she sees from Stamper. Brings up the cleanup hitter in Audrey King, who is also the catcher for the Tornado. King in the road black uniforms with blue pants, black socks, and a white helmet for the batters. First pitch from Stamper catches the inner half, and it's 0-1. Carson-Newman's new uniforms almost mimicking a football-esque look, if you're trying to find a way to describe it. If you're listening to today's game, the 0-1 cut on and missed by King, and it's 0-2. As the sun has started to peek through the clouds, clearing up. It was cloudy when I first arrived this morning, and it has turned into a beautiful afternoon for the home opener. The 0-2 on the way to King. Rise ball high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Against the catcher, hailing from Kennesaw, Georgia, in her sophomore season. 1-2 popped up and lifted foul down the third base line, up over the hill. That has some fans spectating on it. Might roll all the way down the hill towards the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Doubleheader today for baseball as well, taking on number 10, Lenore Ryan. A 1-2, skips in the dirt, gets away from Richards, and Kennedy will advance over to second base. On a wild pitch from Stamper. So the count moves to 2-2 with 2 away, and a runner on second in Kennedy. King looking to strike first. 2-2 comes in and hits the back right ankle of King, and it's a get-out-of-jail-free card for the sophomore. Puts 2 runners on with 2 away, and brings up Avaya Bunsick, the third baseman. Bunsick back in her home neighborhood. First pitch is grounded foul down the third base side. Bunsick grew up in Moorestown, Tennessee, about 10 to 15 minutes to the east of where we are in Jefferson City. The 0-1. And Bunsick lifts it foul, first base side this time. And it's quickly 0-2. As Stamper again gets to 2 strikes with 2 away and is trying to get out of this inning. Getting that third and final out has been a little bit of a sore spot as of late for the Eagles. Pair of 2-out rallies in the 7th and the 8th innings from Shorter made Wednesday's sweep just a little bit too close for comfort as the 0-2 fouled straight back. And we'll do it all over again. Eagles held a 7-4 lead heading into the bottom of the 7th in Game 1 against Shorter. And all with 2 outs, the Hawks brought across 3 runs to force extra innings. The 0-2. And Bunsick, wouldn't you know it, spoils with another foul ball. And the count stays at 0-2. And then in the 8th inning, Carson-Newman went up by 6 after the grand slam from Anne-Marie Richards. Made it 13-7. And then again with 2 outs, the Hawks got within 1. The 0-2 upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the third baseman, Bunsick. got all the way back to 13-12, had the tying run in scoring position, but Kalia Merritt was able to bear down and get a pop out to give the Eagles the Game 1 win. As the 1-2 from Bunsick lifts a towering pop up to right field. Katie Mathena calls off Reese Winchester and makes the grab for out number 3, and that will do it in the top of the first inning. Pair of runners get on with 2 outs for King, but we head into the bottom of the first where we get our first looks at the Carson-Newman Bats here on the Eagles Sports Network. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 misses down and inside. 1-2 now against Smith. The freshman out of Knoxville, Tennessee, plays at the shortstop position and has been batting leadoff the entire time through the first 10 games of the season for head coach Michael Graves. As the 1-1 is slapped foul down the third base side. 1-2. So much speed that Malia Smith possesses at the top of this Carson-Newman order really sets the table for the rest of it. Here comes the 1-2. And Smith lays off the high rise ball from Meeks. And the count shifts to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Abby Martin and Macaulay Bailey to follow in this bottom half of the first inning. Smith, the ground ball to short. Gobbled up, and the throw is on time by Elena Damakis. And you just see the speed that Malia Smith possesses, making it so tough and put so much pressure on the defense to be quick and to be smooth in their movements. But it's a 6-3 put out, and there's 1 away in the bottom of the first. Brings up Abby Martin. The center fielder has gotten off to a stellar start to her senior season. Takes the first pitch ball upstairs. Martin, a native of Gadsden, Alabama. Mainstay in the outfield as she has been over the past few seasons. 1-0 right at the knees to the right-handed hitting Martin. Evens the count at 1-1. Martin is leading the team in batting average at .500 to start this season. An off-speed loops in high, and it's 2-1 to Abby Martin. A second on the team in terms of RBIs with 13. Was leading for most of the season. As a 2-1 brushes inside, and it's 3-1. Till she was overtaken by the girl that stands on deck in Macaulay Bailey, who has been on an absolute tear as of late. The 3-1 to Martin lifts it out towards shallow center. Ranging back is the second baseman in Warner, and she will make the overhead grab for out number 2. As we'll take a look at the King defensive alignment, Katie Ryan is in straightaway center. Sophia Waters is in right with Gianna Wingy in left. From first to third around the infield, it is Savannah Looper, Bradley Warner, Elena Damakis Avaya Bunsick, and Aubrey King is the catcher for Meeks. As Macaulay Bailey comes in and takes the first pitch strike on the off speed from Meeks. And as I said, Macaulay Bailey's been on an absolute tear. Got off to a little bit of a slow start to the season. As the 0-1 stays in the turf, and it's 1-1. But across the last 4 games for Bailey, she has racked up 14 RBIs and is 10 for her last 15 at the dish. 1-1. This is low and away to the right-handed hitting first baseman. Racked up 8 RBIs across the 2 games at shorter. Pushed her over 200 career RBIs. 2-1. Bailey jammed inside and pulls it foul, third base side. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Was a preseason all-SAC first baseman. Has been all-SAC throughout her entire career. Was SAC Freshman of the Year, and now she's gearing up for a big senior season. 2-2 for Meeks. Called strike 3. Bailey down looking as Meeks puts the Eagles down in order in the bottom of the first with a 1-2-3 frame. Sends us into the second. Same way we started, 0-0 on the Eagle Sports Network. He's down in the turf. Evens the count at 1-1 as Stamper comes out for her second inning of work. Eagles went down in order in the bottom of the first against Kaylee Meeks, who has been so outstanding for King to start this season, as has Stamper. Looper takes the 1-1, lifts it out towards left field. Saunders ranges over towards the left field line and makes the grab for out number 1. As I talked about with Stamper, leads the team in strikeouts with 17, and also leads the team with a team low 0.91 ERA. Has just allowed 2 runs to start this season across the 16 and now 2/3 innings that she has worked as Katie Ryan steps into the righty's batter's box and fouls the first pitch straight back. The 0-1 is upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting center fielder. Ryan in her junior season from Bluffton, South Carolina. 1-1 is also up above the top rail of zone, 2-1. The Eagles found themselves in Bluffton last weekend in the Low Country Classic hosted by USC Beaufort. Also took on Erskine, went 3-1 that weekend. As a 2-1 lifted, foul ground, third base side, and lands in the King dugout. So no room for Grace Gregory to get over. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. with just one away here in the top of the second inning. A scoreless first. As Katie climbs back into the righty's batter's box and goes down looking. Stamper burns the inside edge. And she's got her second strikeout of the afternoon, puts two away for Elena Demakis. First pitch is a wave and a miss from Demakis, and it's 0-1. 30 pitches for Stamper so far. And the 0-1 is fouled straight back, going 2. The 0-2 on the way. Demakis fouls it straight back once more. Count stays where it is with 2 away. As Stamper looks for a 1-2-3 inning. Here in the top of the second inning, Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Stamper comes home against the lefty Demakis, and it misses low and away against the righty, or excuse me, the lefty, and it's 1-2. The 1-2, and Demakis fouls it straight back once more. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Car alarm just went off for a moment. As Stamper settles back in against the lefty in Demakis, the 1-2 misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A good long at-bat here from Elena Demakis. Sophomore out of Chesapeake, Virginia, is a switch hitter. Very rare to see that at this level, but Demakis is one of those. She pokes the 2-2 down the third base side and foul once more. As this marathon of an at-bat continues, as Anne-Marie Richards will take a time to chat with her fellow freshman and Stamper just in front of the circle on the turf at the Vicky Casey Hollifield Softball Complex. Base is empty here in the top of the second as Stamper looks for a 1-2-3 second. On the break even, and Demakis spoils once more. Foul ball skittering down the first base side. Stamper inches closer to two. Did she go around? The appeal to first, and she did not. Demakis just held off on a check swing. Umpires today, Don Spencer behind the plate and Adam Gahn in the field. Here comes the payoff pitch from Stamper. Called strike 3. Demakis down looking. Back-to-back backwards Ks from Stamper completes a 1-2-3 top of the second inning. We will head to the bottom half. Scoreless between Carson-Newman and King on the Eagle Sports Network. Carson-Newman strikes first in the bottom of the second inning, a 2-run triple off the bat of Addie Saunders. And the Eagles take a 2-0 lead as the 9-hitter Bradley Warner steps in against Atiana Stamper. And the 0-1 fouled up into the air and down the first base side. Count moves to 0-2. On back-to-back foul balls from the 9-hitter and Warner. Hailing from Kingsport, Tennessee. Plays for her hometown school in King, the 0-2, or just outside of Kingsport, as the 0-2 misses upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Warner. One, 2 misses downstairs from Stamper. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman, when they strike first this season, have been so good. And taking the lead and controlling it from that point, have surrendered it just once against USC Beaufort in their lone loss this season. A 3-1 defeat as the 2-2 poked foul third base side and crashes next to the bullpen for King. Between 3 defenders for Carson-Newman and Saunders, Smith, and Gregory commanding the left side of the defense. Two and another foul ball for Warner. Carson-Newman this season is 7-1 when they score first. Next pitch fouled back by Warner again, and the count stays where it is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two is high and outside, and a long at-bat here between Warner and Stamper. As the 9-hitter and Warner tries to kickstart this tornado offense as the top of the order looms on deck in Gianna Wingy and Sophia Waters. Those two at the very least are due up in this third inning. The 3-2 is down and inside. It is a beautifully worked at-bat from Bradley Warner. Sets it back up to the top of the King order with nobody out. Chasing 2 brings up Gianna Wingy, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center and started this contest. First pitch is fouled straight back by Wingy. It's near the crowd mic we have set up behind home plate. Wingy, coming into today's contest, was the leading hitter in this King offense in terms of batting average at an even .400. Was getting on base at a .429 clip as the 0-1 is lifted up and out of play. First base side. And Stamper ahead in the count once more, has gotten ahead on most of these King hitters, has gotten to 2 strikes, and has gotten 3 strikeouts so far this afternoon. Just gave up her first walk to Warner. Also had a hit by pitch in the first inning. The 0-2, Wingy lifts a towering pop-up that is in foul ground, third base side. Richards, the catcher, appeared to lose it in the sun, stumbled for a moment. As the count now moves to, or stays rather, at 0-2. As head coach Michael Graves comes out of the first base side dugout and pulls the entire infield in. And an 0-2 count with nobody gone in the top of the third inning. Warner reached on a walk. Now Wingy battling in an 0-2 deficit. King chasing 2 after Addie Saunders delivered a 2-run triple in the bottom half of the second inning. The 0-2 skips in low to Richards. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On pitch number 50 of the afternoon for Atiana Stamper. Lorelei Spradlin had been the Game 1 starter for most of this season. 1-2. Wingy hammers it to straightaway center, but Martin is there and she'll make the grab. Fires it back in towards first where Macaulay Bailey reacts and makes sure it doesn't get away from her down the first base side. But a pair of F8s for Wingy drops her to 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Brings up Sophia Waters, who struck out swinging against Stamper the first time around. First of 3 strikeouts the first time through the order for Stamper, as Waters clips the opening pitch from Stamper straight back. Count moves to 0-1. Doubleheader on tap today for Carson-Newman against King, home opener. First 2 home games after 10 consecutive games away from home. The 0-1. Waters puts a bunt down third base side. Stamper fields, fires to first where Winchester is there covering. And the sac bunt from Waters pushes Warner into scoring position. And brings up Ulisa Kennedy, the designated player. Wasted no time, took the first pitch she saw from Stamper and lifted a looping shot out into left field. She's got a chance to get one on the board if she's able to replicate it. First pitch from Stamper to Kennedy is a called strike down the chute, 0-1. The next 2 in the order, Kennedy and King. Top 2 RBI getters in this King order. Next offering to Kennedy is high and outside, 1-1. Kennedy, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. King just flipped the other way, 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. As those 2 are the 1-2 punch. And this dynamic offense, the 0-1 pulled foul, third base side. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stamper looks at the armband on her left wrist, has her sign, the 1-2 home. Scorcher foul, first base side, off the bat of Kennedy. So we'll do it all over again on another 1-2 offering. With Bradley Warner over at second base, started this inning with a walk. The 1-2, Kennedy lifts a towering pop-up down the left field line. Saunders is there, and she'll make the grab for out number 3. So Warner reaches on a walk, and then Stamper bears down, puts the next 3 down in order, sends us to the bottom of the third with a 2-0 Carson-Newman lead here on the Eagle Sports Network. Back on the Eagle Sports Network, Malia Smith takes the first pitch strike from Kaylee Meeks. And it's 0-1. Next offering on the way. Smith shows bunt, pulls back, and the count evens up at 1-1. Smith lifts a chopper towards second, fielded on a couple of hops by Warner. She'll toss it to first, and it's in time for out number one. A short-lived battle between Smith and Meeks puts one away in the bottom of the third inning. It is a 2-0 Carson-Newman lead after a 2-run triple from Addie Saunders in the bottom of the second inning. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Delighted you could join me for the home opener for Carson-Newman, taking on King. Abby Martin climbs into the righty's batter's box and takes the first pitch ball. The 1-0. Misses high. 2 balls, no strikes to the senior center fielder. The 2-0. Misses low beneath the knees. 3 balls, no strikes to Martin. Carson-Newman trying to get back on a home winning streak, or a home opening winning streak, I should say. 3-0 goes right down the chute as Martin was taken all the way, and count shifts to 3 balls and 1 strike. All-time, Carson-Newman is 22-1 in home openers, including an 8-0 win over Kentucky State last season. 3-1 in the zone once more from Meeks, who has worked backwards in this at-bat against Martin. Trailed 3-0, brings it to a full count. Comes home on the payoff pitch, and Martin muscles one towards third. It's fielded by Bunsick. The throw is high and off the glove of Looper. That'll go down as an E5 as Martin is aboard. With 1 gone, brings up Macaulay Bailey. First pitch to Bailey is a called strike. The 0-1. Inside to Bailey. Throw down to second, and Martin is caught stealing. A strong throw from the catcher King pulled pulled Warner off the bag, and then the tag was applied as Martin was trying to dive in. As Martin is caught stealing, and now there are 2 away. The 1-1 misses outside to Bailey. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 by Bailey, lifted out to straightaway center, and the catch is made by Katie Ryan for out number 3. An unconventional one at that, but a 1-2-3 inning all the same for Kaylee Meeks in the bottom of the third. Sends us to the 4th here on the Eagle Sports Network. Top of the fourth inning. We're through 3 from the Vic here in Mossy Creek. 2-0. Carson-Newman with the lead over King in its home opener. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Delighted you could join me. Addie Saunders broke this game open with a 2-run triple in the bottom of the second inning. Other than that, it's been all zeros as Aubrey King leads off and waves through the first pitch offering from Autiana Stamper. Count moves to 0-1. I was talking about Carson-Newman and their home openers during the last half inning. Said they're 22-1 all time. That lone loss was to King back in 2021 as the 0-1 races high from Stamper 1-1. Tornado picked up an 8-2 win over the Eagles and snapped an 18 straight home opening winning streak that the Eagles had held. The 1-1. King lifts a pop-up down the left field line. Into foul ground goes Saunders, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. Addie Saunders has had a busy day. A couple of flyouts have come her way. That being the third. She's also the difference maker in this game so far, a 2-run triple. As I alluded to earlier in the bottom of the second inning, her third and fourth RBIs this season, and her second triple in 3 games. As Avaya Bunsick comes in and takes the first pitch ball from Stamper. The 1-0 from Stamper. Towering pop-up behind home plate. Bailey and Richards race over. And the catch is made by Anne-Marie Richards for out number 2. Brings up Savannah Looper as Stamper looks for a 1-2-3 frame here in the top of the fourth inning. Looper's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. First pitch from Stamper misses outside, 1-0. Saw earlier in this contest a pop-up that was in foul ground down the third base side that Richards was unable to come up with. Saw a quick visit in the circle from head coach Michael Graves, and well, Richards makes the play this time around as the 1-0 is fouled off the end of the bat by Looper. She was showing bunt. Count moves to 1-1. Looper hammers one deep towards right center field. Back goes Mathena. It is off the very top of the wall as Looper is sliding in. Well, was in with a stand-up double, then lost her footing, but was able to keep her hand on the bag. Just came, forget feet, mere inches away from a home run that would have cut this game in half. On a towering shot from Savannah Looper. Would have been her first home run of the season. Brings up Katie Ryan. As once again, there's a runner in scoring position for King with 2 away. First pitch from Stamper forces a swing and a miss from Ryan, 0-1. Tornado have left 3 runners on base. This is pulled out into left field. Saunders takes 1 step in and then doesn't move an inch. As Stamper works around the 2-out double from Looper that was so close to being a home run, but then gets a line out to left, sends us into the bottom of the fourth inning. It's still 2-0 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth inning from Mossy Creek, 2-0. Carson-Newman with the lead over King. Matt Scalzi with you on the Eagles Sports Network. Anne-Marie Richards stands in the righty's batter's box and takes first pitch and lifts it into foul ground off from the arm of Kaylee Meeks. And the count moves to 0-1. 2-0 Carson-Newman in front. The 0-1 Richards. And again, another pop-up foul ball down the third base side this time. Beautiful day on the banks of Mossy Creek. My phone says it's 60 degrees, but what was a cloudy day has turned into a sun-splashed Saturday afternoon without a cloud in the sky as Richards lines one into right field, and it is down for a base hit. It gets past the right fielder Waters and goes all the way into the right field corner. Richards around second, makes a wide turn around third, and holds there. That'll be a base hit with a couple of errors. On an error by the right fielder in Waters, and so that'll prompt a visit to the circle against for Kaylee Meeks in this entire infield for the Tornado. As they all disperse, Richards over at third after a single, and then advancing to second into third by the error in Waters. Ball bounced in front of her and just found a way to skip all the way through to the right field corner. And so out came Kylie Payne to chat with her entire infield, try and calm down her pitcher as well, as the first pitch to Grace Gregory is off the mark, 1-0. From Kaylee Meeks as Carson-Newman looks to make it 3-0 as the leadoff hitter is aboard, standing 60 feet away, and the 1-0 misses high above the zone, 2-0. 2-0 pitch comes in from Meeks, and Gregory turns and lifts a fly ball into foul ground down the left field line. And based off the sound I heard in the distance, might have caught a car as Gregory hammers one into left center field. Back goes Wingy. It's off the top of the wall and gone. A two-run home run off the bat of Grace Gregory. Her first home run in a Carson-Newman uniform. And it's 4-0 Eagles in the bottom of the fourth inning. They say football is a game of inches. Well, I think I could say the same for softball after Savannah Looper just came inches away from a home run in the top of the fourth inning. And now Grace Gregory finds luck on her side as it goes off the top of the wall and out. Sarah Walker climbs in and takes the first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Talked about it before. Gregory, a transfer from North Alabama, missed all of last season with an injury, has spent most of this season getting ready and trying to recover from that as Walker's 0-1 is grounded foul and caught a piece of her foot. Works the count to 0-2. But it started to turn a corner towards the end of that Low Country Classic. Had a nice double in that contest as well, or in one of those games as well, to show that there were signs that she was starting to square the ball up a bit more. 0-2, Walker grounds it towards third. Bunsick Fields slings a throw to first, and it's in time for out number one. But she had shown signs of kind of getting back into the swing of things and getting that power back. Had a couple of nice doubles in the Wednesday contest against Shorter, as Katie Mathena stands in the righty's batter's box and takes the first pitch ball high and tight. 1-0. And you can even tell during BP, there is just something different when Grace Gregory makes contact with a softball. 1-0 is down the chute to Mathena, evens the count at 1-1. And there's a reason that while she began her collegiate career at Ball State Community College, made that jump up to the Division I level at North Alabama. 1-1, dips down and away to the right-handed hitting Mathena, 2-1. And that's just a prime example of it. Drills one out in left center for a 2-run home run. 2-1, a wave and a miss from Mathena. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 4-0 Carson-Newman lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-run triple from Addie Saunders and then the 2-run home run from Grace Gregory. 2-2. Grace is high above the zone. And count runs full against Katie Mathena, the right fielder. She's 1 for 1 with a base hit. Payoff pitch. Misses against Mathena. And she'll work a walk to put a runner on first with 1 gone in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mathena has split time in right field with Shelby Armstrong. And Mathena was used primarily as a pinch hitter last season as Addie Saunders comes up and fouls the first pitch she sees from Meek straight back. But Mathena was primarily, as I said, a pinch runner. Appeared in just 5 games in her freshman season. As the 0-1 to Saunders. Off the mark, 1-1. Pitch number 71 for Kaylee Meeks right there. Or excuse me, for Mathena, she just had 5 at-bats appearing in 18 games. As the 1-1 from Saunders. Check swing and shoots it foul down the third base line. Count moves to 1-2. But coming into today, through 6 games this season, Mathena was 7 for 20. She's now 8 for 21. Has worked a walk as well. Has really just provided some nice extra offense as Saunders chops one to short. Flip to second for 1, but Saunders with good speed is able to just get the 1 out. As Demakis takes the short route to second with Warner to retire Mathena, as Saunders will be aboard on the fielder's choice. Brings up Reese Winchester. First pitch skips into the catcher King. And the count moves to 1-0. Saunders holding put over at first base. A 1-0. A strike that burns the outside edge from Meeks. Evens the count at 1-1 against Winchester, who's 0 for 1. Lined out to third to end the 2nd inning. The 1-1. Misses low, 2 balls and a strike. Both of these 2-run innings from Carson-Newman have, in a way, started the same way. Anne-Marie Richards was the leadoff hitter in that inning and ended with Reese Winchester. We'll see if the second time around is something different. The 2-1 hangs upstairs, 3 balls and a strike against the second baseman. Winchester, such a stout defender, teaming up with Malia Smith up the middle. 2-1. There's a strike right at the top of the zone by Meeks. Three balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Payoff pitch to Winchester is high, ball 4. And Saunders will advance over to second base. So 2 runners on as it's back to the top of the order with Malia Smith as Winchester reaches for the first time today. First pitch, Smith sees, grounded to third. Bunsick fields, looks around, then snaps a throw to first. That is in time for out number one. But the Eagles out number three. But the Eagles tack on two more on a two-run shot from Grace Gregory. They leave two on in the bottom of the fourth inning as we head into the fifth on the Eagles Sports Network. Back at the Vicky KZ Hallfield Softball Complex, 4-0 Carson-Newman through 4 innings. Here on the Eagle Sports Network, Matt Scalzo with you. Delighted you could join me for this fine Saturday as the first pitch by DeMakis is pushed down the third base side on a bunt, and Gregory fields and snaps a throw to Winchester for the first down. One pitch and one out for Stamper to begin this fifth inning. Winchester was clipped on her left heel, or on the back of her left leg, as DeMakis was running down to first base. Brings up Bradley Warner, the second baseman. Stamper's first pitch to Warner misses high, 1-0. Stamper rocks and deals the 1-0. Wave and a miss on the rise ball from Stamper that Warner can't catch up to. The 1-1 popped up by the bunt of Warner, and Richards quickly out of her stance and is able to make the play for out number two. As it turns back over to the top of the order, Gianna Wingy. That's a first pitch strike from Stamper, 0-1. Stamper has settled into this contest, worked around a little bit of some traffic in the first inning with two reaching with 2 outs. But since then, just 2 have reached, and she's surrendered just 1 hit to Savannah Looper that nearly left the park as the 1-1 misses high upstairs to the right-handed hitting Wingy, and it's 1-1. Wingy's 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to Abby Martin in center field. As we're over halfway through game 1. The 1-1, a wave and a miss from Wingy as Stamper continues to work in the upper part of the zone. Generates so much spin. That's what makes Stamper so dynamic. The 1-2, she goes a little higher, and Wingy lays off. Evens the count at 2-2 with 2 away in the top of the 5th inning. 4-0 Carson-Newman after a 2-run home run from Grace Gregory in the bottom of the 4th. 2-2, Wingy pulls one into center field, or right center rather, and guess who's there again? Abby Martin, as Wingy just can't seem to get away from the senior center fielder. She drops to 0 for 3, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the 5th inning for Atiana Stamper. Sends us to the bottom half. 4-0 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network. Back on the Eagle Sports Network as Abby Martin leads things off and flies out to get things going in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings up Macaulay Bailey as there's one away in the bottom of the 5th inning as Bailey takes the first pitch ball beneath the knees, and it's 1-0. Next pitch to Bailey is off the mark again, and it's 2-0. Macaulay Bailey 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a fly out to center. This is pulled down the left field line, and it is a fair ball for a base hit for Macaulay Bailey with one away. Brings up Anne-Marie Richards, the catcher. Richards swings on the first pitch and hammers one down the third base line and pulls it foul. It goes off the hill and up towards the group of spectators on the hill down the third base side. Also some back closer to home as fans have filed in for this home opener. The 0-1 skips in the turf, 1-1. As I had alluded to, Carson-Newman spent the first 10 games away from home, 6 neutral site games, 4 road games. Most recently against Shorter down in Georgia as the 1-1 finds the bottom of the zone against Richards. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 bounces in and popped away from the catcher in King for a moment, but Bailey stays put. Count is at 2-2. Pitch home to Richards. Off the mark outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 away as Macaulay Bailey is over at first base after her first hit of the contest. Base hit down the left field line. 3-2, wave and a miss from Richards, goes down swinging as Meeks picks up her second strikeout. Brings up Grace Gregory. And the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 4th inning doubled up this Carson-Newman lead. First pitch to Gregory, misses low. Snap throw back to first by King, and Bailey dives back in safely. Oh, 1. Gregory pulls this into left field, and it is over the head of Wingy. One hops into the wall. Bailey around second. She'll stop at third. Grace Gregory, back-to-back extra base hits. Ball starting to look like a beach ball for Grace Gregory after a 2-run home run, and now another double for the transfer from North Alabama is kick-starting this Carson-Newman offense. And now moves 2 into scoring position with 2 away for Sarah Walker. First pitch to Walker. Skips away from the catcher and King as it just didn't squeeze it. Count moves to 1-0. (1-0) from Meeks. Ball outside. As the count moves to 2-0. Carson-Newman struck first in the bottom of the second, a 2-run triple from Addie Saunders. Then a 2-run home run from Grace Gregory. 2-0 catches the inner half against Walker, who stands in the righty's batter's box, and it's 2-1. Two-run home run from Gregory made it 4-0. She stands on second. 2-1 is inside of Walker. 3 balls and a strike. Macaulay Bailey over at third. Had a 1-out base hit. Put some pressure on against Meeks as she tries to work her way through the middle part of this Carson-Newman order. 3-1. Walker has the green light. Then pulls a skittering ball foul down the third base side. As Meeks inches closer to triple digits, has thrown 97 pitches through 4 2/3. Payoff pitch to Walker, and she chops one foul. Payoff pitch from Meeks. Walker, hard hit ground ball to third. Bunsick from her knees makes the play to first as Carson-Newman strands a pair. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Gregory had the double that one hopped into the wall, and she's got back-to-back extra base hits, but Carson-Newman can't bring any runs across in the bottom of the 5th. Sends us to the 6th. 4-0 Eagles on the Eagle Sports Network. Two, 3, and 4 due up for the Tornado in the top of the 6th inning. A 4-0 Carson-Newman lead on the Eagle Sports Network. Matt Scalzo with you. Delighted you could join me for the home opener in the 2026 season for Carson-Newman. Sophia Waters leads off, swings at the first pitch, pops it up towards the left side of the infield. Malia Smith, the shortstop, ranges back, maybe just a foot on the outfield turf, and makes the grab. For out number 1, a short-lived battle between Waters and Stamper. 1 pitch in, 1 gone in the top of the 6th inning. Tatiana Stamper just giving up 2 hits so far against King. Now faces the middle part of this King order with Ulisa Kennedy. Swings on the first pitch, drives one deep out towards left field. Saunders turned around, looking up, and it is gone. Ulisa Kennedy wastes no time and gets King on the board with a solo shot to left field. Her 4th home run of the season gets her up to 13 RBIs on the year as well, as King cuts into the deficit just a little bit. A solo home run from Ulisa Kennedy brings up Aubrey King. First pitch to King misses up above the zone, and it's 1-0. That is the 80th pitch from Atiana Stamper. As King tries to build off this momentum with one away on the top of the 6th, the 1-0 misses high above the zone again from Stamper, and it's 2-0. As Anne-Marie Richards will head on out to the circle, has a quick conversation with their fellow freshman in Atiana Stamper. And as the count sits at 2-0 against Aubrey King. Stamper just gave up a home run. The 2-0 waved through by King. Count sits at 2-1. Just the 2nd home run given up by this Carson-Newman pitching staff all season. 2-1. High, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Stamper looks in. Pitch home. Foul tip, straight back by King. Count runs full with 1 away in the top of the 6th inning. 4-1. Carson-Newman in front. 2-run triple from Addie Saunders in the bottom of the 2nd. 2-run home run in the bottom of the 4th from Grace Gregory. And now a solo home run from Ulisa Kennedy. Has it at a 4-1 contest. Payoff pitch. King lifts one towards left field. Saunders ranges over into the left field gap and will make the play for out number 2. As Avaya Bunsick, the 3rd baseman, now climbs into the righty's batter's box. Stamper looking to get through this inning with just the 1 run allowed. Avoid any crooked numbers. That is always the name of the game in most cases, as the first pitch is high to Bunsick. Makes the count 1-0. Stamper comes home. Right down the chute. 1-1. Bunsick is 0 for 2, a fly out to right, and then popped out to the catcher in Richards, her last time up in the 4th. The 1-1. Rise ball from Stamper, misses above the top rail. 2 balls and a strike with 2 away. Two 2-1 from Stamper. Bunsick clips it straight back, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Nobody on in the top of the 6th inning after the solo home run from Kennedy. Just the 3rd hit for the Tornado. The break even misses down and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now 90 pitches thrown for Stamper on this Sunsplash Saturday afternoon in Jefferson City. It was cloudy this morning, but it has turned into a stunning afternoon for the home opener. Payoff pitch from Stamper. Misses high, and Bunsick tosses her back to the 3rd base side. Heads on down to 1st on a 2-out free pass. brings up Savannah Looper. Her last time up was a deep shot to right center that hit off the top of the wall in right center field, right just an inch below the top, as Looper swings on the first pitch and grounds it foul first base side. 0-1. And just saw in that fourth inning, you saw the duality of this contest. Looper comes inches away from a solo home run that would have cut the deficit in half for King. She's left stranded on the bases, and then a 2-run home run from Grace Gregory to left center that hits off the top of the wall and goes out. Made it 4-0. The 0-1 to Looper is high and outside. A back throw from Richards to first. Sees Bunsick dive back in safely. Ahead of the tag from Macaulay Bailey. Count shifts to 1-1 with 2 away. Looper standing deep in the lefty's batter's box. The 1-1 home from Stamper. Skips into Richards, who's got the backup, and it's 2-1. If Looper were to get on, it would bring the tying run to the plate for the Tornado. Looper shows bunt, pulls back, checks her swing on the 2-1 that hangs above the top of the zone from Stamper, and the count now moves to 3-1. 3-1 from Stamper. Looper hits one into right field. A seeing eye shot that splits between Bailey and Winchester on the right side of the infield. Back-to-back at-bats with a base hit for Savannah Looper. Puts 2 runners on, and that does bring the tying run to the plate in Katie Ryan. So Bunsick at second, Looper at first, Katie Ryan in the righty's batter's box in a 4-1 Carson-Newman lead. First pitch is a wave and a miss from Ryan. Count moves to 0-1. In the top half of the 6th inning, Ulisa Kennedy put King on the board in this inning with a solo shot to left. The 0-1, fouled straight back by Ryan. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, and 2 on for the Tornado. And this clash between Conference Carolina in King and South Atlantic Conference in Carson-Newman. The 0-2, Ryan lifts one to shallow left field. Saunders calls off Smith and will make the play for out number 3 as King leaves 2 on in the top of the 6th, but they get 1 on the solo home run from Ulisa Kennedy, her 4th of the season. It's 4-1 Carson-Newman heading into the bottom of the 6th inning on the Eagle Sports Network. Katie Mathena leads things off in the bottom of the 6th inning and takes the first pitch ball from Kaylee Meeks on the 100th pitch of the afternoon for the right-hander. Meeks has been so good this season, 4-0 coming into today's contest as the 1-0 misses high and it's 2-0. Sophomore out of Lowell, Indiana, but has ran into some trouble here as the 2-0 to Mathena pops it up left side of the infield. Shortstop Demakis is there, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Bottom part of the Carson-Newman order due up as Mathena's retired, and here comes the 8-hitter Addie Saunders. 2-run triple in the second. Waste no time. First pitch lines it into center field. Saunders has her second hit of the day and puts a lot of speed on the bases for Carson-Newman. Saunders on the off day Thursday. Spent a lot of time here. It was a sunny day. Was getting her swings in while myself and Jay West were getting the broadcast equipment set up for this weekend as Reese Winchester waves through the first pitch from Meeks, and it's 1-0. Nope, 0-1. Had it right the first time. Next pitch is high, evens the count at 1-1 to Winchester. But Addie Saunders was working tirelessly. Had Lorelai Spradlin also come out and help her to give her some soft tosses. It has paid dividends here in game 1 as the 1-1 misses high to Winchester. 2 balls and a strike. Meeks comes home. This is high. It skips off the glove of the catcher King. Pops away from her momentarily. And Addie Saunders, with tremendous speed, takes advantage of it. Moving into scoring position. And a 3-1 count to Winchester. Takes high, ball 4. So after Mathena was retired on an infield pop-out, the next 2 have reached for Carson-Newman, and it turns back over to the top of the order with Malia Smith. Second walk for Winchester today. Smith puts a bunt down, third base side. Meeks picks it up with the bare hand. Has no throw as Smith, with her speed, too much to handle. Winchester and Saunders advance another 60 feet. Brings Abby Martin up with the bases loaded and just 1 away. First pitch from Meeks to Martin. Called strike on the outer half. 0-1. Martin. Ground ball up the middle and into center field. Saunders scores. Winchester gets the stop sign at third. It's a RBI single from Abby Martin, and it's 5-0 Carson-Newman. 14th RBI this season for Martin. Everybody advances 60 feet. Brings up Macaulay Bailey with the bases loaded. Number 5-1 Carson-Newman in front. It's been the even-numbered innings where Carson-Newman has scored. First pitch to Bailey. Strike that burns the outer edge from Meeks, 0-1. Two runs in the second, 2 in the fourth. Here's 1 in the sixth as Macaulay Bailey will call time. Climbs back into the righty's batter's box. Meeks comes home on the 1-0. Bailey ground ball towards short. Demakis fields, goes to third and gets Smith out. But coming in to score comes Winchester. Makes it 6-1, and head coach Mike Graves going to appeal that call over at third. Said Bunsick had slid off the bag, and so this umpiring crew of Don Spencer and Adam Gahn going to have a conversation, and she is out, is the call. Anne-Marie Richards climbs in and takes the first pitch ball. (6-1) Carson-Newman in front. Richards pulls this one, and it goes out of play, foul, third base side. Next pitch home, called strike. Evens the count at 2-2. Time is called. Excuse me, 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Richards with a check swing and pokes it foul, first base side. Count stays where it is. Macaulay Bailey at first base, Abby Martin on second, a 6-1 Carson-Newman lead. As they plate another 2 runs. Richards, line drive, left field for a base hit. Martin with an easy green light at third, and she'll score standing up. Ball was bobbled for a moment by Wingy in left, but Bailey holds put over at second base. It's a 3-run, bottom of the 6th inning, and it is 7-1. Carson-Newman on an RBI single from Anne-Marie Richards. As Meeks' day appears to have come to a close, as she will head out to the third base dugout. And Sophia Waters will be the one coming in to pitch. So while she gets warmed up and we figure out all the defensive changes for the Tornado, we'll take a break here on the Eagle Sports Network. So changes for both sides as Shelby Armstrong has gone in as a pinch runner over at second base. Grace Gregory moves out of the way for a first pitch ball from Sophia Waters, who has come in from right field. Gianna Wingy has gone over to right. And moving over into left field is Kaylee Hughes. As Gregory has taken a first 2 for a ball, and this one is lifted to straightaway shallow center. Is making the grab is Warner, and the inning is over. Carson-Newman looks for 3 more outs in the top of the 7th inning to improve to 10-1 on the season and take game 1 of this Saturday afternoon doubleheader in their home opener. Back with more on the Eagle Sports Network after this. Atiana Stamper looking for 3 more outs for a complete game on this Saturday afternoon in Mossy Creek. She's got some added insurance, 7-1 after 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning for Carson-Newman. As first pitch swing for Elena Demakis, right back to Stamper, and there's 1 gone in the top of the 7th inning. That was the 100th pitch for Atiana Stamper today. Nine hitter for King. Fouls the first one back. The 0-1 is high, 1-1. Warner is 0 for 1, walked in the 3rd and then popped out to the catcher Richards in the 5th. Stamper's able to get these last 2 outs. It would be back-to-back complete games from a pair of freshmen for Carson-Newman. The 1-1 dips down and in, right over top the shoes of the right-handed hitting Warner. Emma Romika had a complete game shutout against Shorter in the run rule. 2-1, a wave and a miss from Warner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Stamper looks to put her down by way of the K. Two from Stamper. Swing and a miss. Warner down swinging. Brings up Gianna Wingy after strikeout number 4 for Atiana Stamper, now 21 on the season for the freshman. First pitch from Stamper, right down Main Street, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 is a ball high to Wingy, 1-1. Wingy is 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts to center field. Will she have a 4th to bring this game to a close? Abby Martin would like that. The 1-1. Wingy lifts it in the air. Center field. There is Martin. And there is out number 3 as Carson-Newman takes its home opener 7-1 over King in this Saturday doubleheader. Might be one of my prouder moments as a broadcaster, talking that one into existence as Carson-Newman improves to 10-1 on the season and takes game 1 of the doubleheader over King. Well, game 2 coming up in about 30 minutes time or so here on the Eagle Sports Network. But Carson-Newman takes this one 7-1 on 11 hits with no errors for the Eagles. Just the 1 run on a solo home run from Ulisa Kennedy for King in the 6th inning. They had 4 hits and had 2 errors. They left 6 on base. Eagles leaving 7 on base as this contest comes to a close after an hour and 42 minutes. We'll have game 2 coming up in about, as I said, 30 minutes time, so that puts us at about 3 to 3:10 local time here in Jefferson City. We hope you can join us for that contest. And until then, I'm Matt Scalzo, signing off momentarily on the Eagle Sports Network.